for them all. Hey, listen. This is called producing. That's why we get into fantasy insurance, my friends. We got you covered. It's time now for fantasy insurance presented by GEICO, where we provide you some good roster insurance options. Marcus Grant, give me 2 quarterbacks you would like to stream today.
I'm going to go with Andy Dalton, first of all, the Ginger Ninja. Dude's been, he's been better now that Bill Lazor has taken over, averaging about 45 more passing yards per game since Bill Lazor took over as the offensive coordinator. And if that doesn't get you excited enough, how about the fact that he's going against the 31st ranked pass defense in the National Football
And they just lost Malik Hooker as well?
Yep.
Okay, Andy Dalton, give it to me.
Next one, though, Cam Newton. And this is, I know, sort of weird because you probably drafted Cam Newton to be your #1 quarterback, and that hasn't quite worked out. So you've probably been in a situation where you're playing the matchups.
Yeah.
This is the matchup here. I mean, Cam is great against defenses that don't get after the quarterback. The Bucs, their pressure rate is one of the lowest in the league. He's going to have plenty of time to sit back there, like I said, pat the football, take a selfie, get the ball out to Kelvin Benjamin and Devin Funchess. It's Cam Newton week, everybody. Get excited.
Do you get extra fantasy points for taking selfies during a play?
Depends how fire that selfie is.
How many likes it gets.
Right, exactly.
High winds anticipated in this game as well, but whatever, man. Cam Newton, give it to me all day long. All right, Alex, give me 2 running backs.
Well, he mentioned Andy Dalton. On the flip side of that, you got Marlin Mack. Last week when the Colts were getting their teeth kicked in by the Jags, he actually beat out Frank Gore in snaps for one of the first times all season. He's a young guy, very explosive. If they get behind again on the road against Cincy, don't be surprised if they turn over to him, see what they got, give him a few more touches, and hope for a big play. He's a nice little flex or RB2 option this
Talk to me about Jamaal Charles.
Well, I mean, Jamaal Charles on Monday night is going back to the house he built for some revenge on the Chiefs.
Revenge!
There were reports this week from plugged-in beat reporter Mike Kliss that they could give Jamaal Charles more touches. He hasn't crossed double-digit touches once this year, but with so many teams on bye, the revenge, more touches coming. It's all building up for the Jamaal Charles game this week in KC.
I'm so ready for this.
He would argue that that's the house he built.
No.
Handing the ball off to Jamaal Charles.
Inaccurate. No, I am so ready for Jamaal Charles to go for $120 and 2 touchdowns. I'm ready for it, man. All right, Michael Fabiano, talk to me about 2 insurance wide receivers.
Brandon LaFell last week started to show some signs of life. He's being targeted more often by the Red Rifle or the Ninja,
the Ginger Ninja.
That quarterback in Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I like the matchup against the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, this is a team that's giving up almost 37 PPR points to wide receivers per game.
Wow.
And LaFell's out there in a lot of fantasy leagues. And another sleeper type streamer wide receiver, Mohamed Sanu against the New York Jets. 10 targets last week, which is the most he's had in the last 12 games. And the Jets have given up 5 touchdowns to #2 wide receivers this season. So Mohamed Sanu is a sneaky play, even if Matt Ryan's play has been, well, less than stellar.
That's true. I mean, he seems to favor those 2 wide receivers, right? Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu when he is healthy. And I think he's getting healthier as well. It's a primetime matchup against the Jets. I'll give you 2 tight ends, though. How about this? Nick OLeary versus the Raiders. Charles Clay hurt. 50-plus yards in 2 consecutive games for Nick OLeary.
And no gloves.
And no gloves. I don't know why. I mean, gloves help you catch, but it's all good, whatever. Nick OLeary, he's out there. He's playing a lot of snaps, and he's getting those yards. And listen, 50-plus yards against a team that, hey, they got no near-on ball. No near-on ball for the Raiders.
Tight end racer, near-on ball.
Historically, Oakland has been relatively forgiving against tight ends, so I'll take Nick OLeary there for Buffalo. I'll give you the stick man as well, Tyler Kroft. For whatever reason, Cincinnati's offense likes to feature the tight end, especially around the red zone. Obviously, we know Tyler Eifert is not there now. So Tyler Kroft versus, again, a soft Colts defense, 5.3 targets per game over his last 3 games. Tyler Kroft, to me, 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games as well. At the tight end position, you look at the tight end market this year, why not? Tyler Kroft. All right, that was Fantasy Insurance presented by GEICO.